BestBookBits.com presents Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson, published back in 1841 and weighing in at 48 pages. Self-Reliance is an essay written by American transcendentalist, philosopher, and essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson. It contains the most thorough statement of one of Emerson's recurrent themes: the need for each individual to avoid conformity and false consistency and follow their own instincts and ideas. It is the source of one of Emerson's most famous quotations: "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds," adored by little statesmen and philosophers and divines. This essay is an analysis into the nature of the Aboriginal self on which a universal reliance may be grounded. The written summary can be found on our website, bestbookbits.com. So without further ado, I bring the book summary of Self-Reliance. A man should learn to detect and watch that gleam of light which flashes across his mind from within, more than the luster of the fragment that bards and sages. Yet he dismisses without notice his thought, because it is his. In every work of genius, we recognize our own rejected thoughts. They come back to us with a certain alienated majesty. We but half express ourselves and are ashamed of that divine idea which each of us represents. It may be safely trusted as proportionate and of good issues, so it be faithfully imparted. But God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. God will not have his work made manifest by cowards. A man is relieved and gay when he has put his heart into his work and done his best, but what he has said or done otherwise shall give him no peace. In the attempt his genius deserts him, no muse befriends, no invitation, no hope. Trust thyself. Every heart vibrates to that iron string. Accept the place the divine providence has found for you, the society of your contemporaries, the connection of events. Society everywhere is in conspiracy against the manhood on every one of its members. Society is a joint stock company in which the members agree, for the better securing of his bread to each shareholder, to surrender the liberty and culture of the eater. The virtue in most request is conformity. Self-reliance is its aversion. It loves not realities and creators, but names and customs. Whosoever would be a man must be a nonconformist. He who would gather immortal palms must not be hindered by the name of goodness, but must explore if it be goodness. Nothing is at last sacred but the integrity of your own mind. Absolve you to yourself, and you shall have the suffrage of the world. No law can be sacred to me but that of my nature. Good and bad are but names very readily transferable to that or this. The only right is what is after my constitution, the only wrong what is against it. A man is to carry himself in the presence of all opposition, as if everything were tilter and ephemeral but he. I am ashamed to think how easily we capitulate to badges and names, to large societies and dead institutions. What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think. What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think. It is the harder because you will always find those who think they know what is your duty better than you know it. It is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after your own. But the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. The other terror that scares us from our true self is our consistency, a reverence for our past act or word, because the eyes of others have no other data for computing our orbit than our past acts, and we are loath to disappoint them. I love finding quotations like these where its confidence is not so new. A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds, adored by little statesmen and philosophers and divines. With consistency, our great soul has simply nothing to do. Speak what you think now in hard words, and tomorrow speak what tomorrow thinks in hard words again, though it contradict everything you said today. Pythagoras was misunderstood, and Socrates and Jesus and Lucifer, and Copernicus and Galileo and Newton, and every pure and wise spirit that ever took flesh. To be great is to be misunderstood. These varieties are lost sight of at a little distance, at a little height of thought. One tendency unites them all. The voyage of the best ship is a zigzag line of 100 tacks. See the line from a sufficient distance and it straightens itself to the average tendency. Your genuine action will explain itself and will explain your other genuine actions. Your conformity explains nothing. Man is timid and apologetic. He is no longer upright. He dares not say, I think, I am, but quotes some saint or sage. The power men possess to annoy me, I give them but a weak curiosity. No man can come near me but through my act. What we love, that we have, but by desire we bereave ourselves of the love. Our housekeeping is mendicant. Our arts, our occupations, our marriages, our religion, we have not chosen, but society has chosen for us. We are parlour soldiers. We shun the rugged battle of fate where strength is born. If our young men miscarry in their first enterprises, they lose all heart. If the young merchant fails, men say he is ruined. If the finest genius studies at one of our colleges and is not installed in an office within 1 year afterwards in the cities or suburbs of Boston or New York, it seems to his friends and to himself that he is right in being disheartened and in complaining the rest of his life. A sturdy lad from New Hampshire or Vermont, who in turn tries all the professions, who teams it, farms it, peddles it, keeps a school, preaches, edits a newspaper, goes to Congress, buys a township, and so forth, in successive years, and always, like a cat, falls on his feet, is worth 100 of these city dolls. He walks abreast with his days and feels no shame in not studying a profession, for he does not postpone his life, but lives already. He has not one chance, but 100 chances. For him all doors are flung wide. Him all tongue greet, all honours crown, all eyes follow with desire. Our love goes out to him and embraces him, because he did not need it. He who travels to be amused or to get somewhat which he does not carry, travels away from himself and grows old even in youth among old things. Travelling is a fool's paradise. Our first journeys discover to us the indifferences of places. At home I dream that Naples, at Rome, I can be intoxicated with beauty and lose my sadness. I pack my trunk, embrace my friends, embark on sea, and at last wake up in Naples, and there beside me is the stern fact, the sad self, unrelating, identical, that I fled from. That which can do best none but his maker can teach him. No man yet knows what it is, nor can, till the person has exhibited it. Where is the master could have taught Shakespeare? Where is the master who have could instructed Franklin, or Washington, or Bacon, or Newton? Do that which is assigned to you, and you cannot hope too much or dare too much. His notebooks impair his memory. His libraries overload his wit. The insurance office increases the number of accidents, and it may be a question whether machinery does not encumber, whether we have not lost by refinement some energy, by a Christianity entrenched an establishment and forms, some vigour of wild virtue. For every Stoic was a Stoic, but in Christendom where is the Christian? Though lot or portion of life, said the Kapil Ali, is seeking after thee, therefore be at rest from seeking after it. He who knows that power is inborn, that he is weak because he has looked for good out of him and elsewhere, and so perceiving throws himself unhastily on his thoughts, instantly rights himself, stands in the erect position. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. And that's a wrap on Self-Reliance by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Subscribe to our channel and take a look at the hundreds of book summaries uploaded previously. To find hundreds of written summaries, check out our website, bestbookbits.com, and for hundreds of audio podcast summaries, find us on mixcloud.com/bestbookbits. Like and share if you got something from this summary, and comment on what one thing stood out for you. Thanks for watching and have yourself an amazing day. Take care.